Happenings, declutter happenings. Hi everyone. We are back in the tiny house. I just had guests here this weekend and it is time for us to declutter. So I have another video that I'll link here and below of the tour of the tiny house. It is 480 square feet with a lovely exterior living area that has a fireplace. And this was the house that we stayed in on weekends when we just bought the land. It is now our overflow or guest quarters. And our goal today is going to be to declutter the kitchen and maybe a few other things out of cabinet drawers. All right, guys, I have a unwilling participant who is my husband. He did not want to be on camera, but I needed his help with those junk drawers. And so he has gone through them. He's camera shy. We have Scotch tape, which is not going to hurt anything. Some little rubber pieces that can go bye-bye. I don't know what this goes to. Do you think it goes to a chair or something? We don't know where it is, so we'll throw it away. Do they put dates on here? 2028. So they should work, right? But because we don't typically use them over here, you want to take them to the house? Yeah. Where are we going to put them over there? I don't know. Well, I don't know either because that drawer is full over there. And then I don't think the duct tape needs to be in here. It can go to the garage. We'll take over to the house. For those joining me for the first time, I do have another video of the tiny house that is our guest house now, but that we stayed in on weekends for years. And I just had guests in here, so I don't make the beds right away. I prefer to have the mattresses air out and the sheets are already done. It's just a matter of making them sometime this week. You'll also see we have a rollaway bed over here, this cabinet here, and this allows for hanging clothes. It is empty, and now these two drawers are empty for the most part. If y'all don't know, just FYI, why is she keeping a hanger? Why was I keeping a hanger that's bent up? My dad was a plumber and wire hangers were tools to him. You could snake them down a drain to get a clog like hair out and hook it out and stuff, and for different reasons. So I've always kept wire hangers around. Now down below, I thought these were a blow-up mattress. I think it ended up having a leak and I got rid of it. These are 2 extra pillows and I'm going to leave them here in case somebody does want extra pillows for the bed. I just think that's a courtesy. So this cabinet really is decluttered for the most part. The other dresser that we have is over here. And I showed in the last video that this is where I like to keep my extra sets of sheets. And I have 2 drawers that have some items for my brother in them. I have, I think, 3 drawers that are completely empty and some that have sheets or blankets. We are gonna maybe another blanket in here because it is coming up on spring and I see that this bed still had a blanket on it, which it is way too hot for that. So I will get this washed and we will get that put away in a drawer. I showed you the cabinet and the dresser pretty much empty. My goal today is going to be going through the kitchen to see what we can declutter in there. I may have a peek under the beds because I think there might be some extra blankets down under there, which I'm fine with. People want to snuggle up in blankets outside by the fireplace, and I think there's some throw blankets that accommodate that more. But we'll still look under there because I don't remember my inventory and I need to know what my inventory is. For the majority of the time, we are going to try to power through a kitchen declutter in the tiny house. There's not a lot of inventory. I'm hoping I can get through it fast and to make fast decisions. Part of my challenge is that, number one, I might need a step stool, and number two, I think I have one underneath, and number three, I don't have a ton of plugs in here, and it's tight. It might be a little challenging to get you great views, but I am going to do it. I am determined. Let's move you. Let's work on the lower shelves first because I don't have the step stool in here, so we're gonna power through quickly is the plan. Up here, I only have a few items. The top two shelves are already empty, but we'll take a quick look. I think that everything in here is good. That's kind of gross, crystallized honey. I think I'm gonna take it back to the other house. This is Best Buy 2021. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this out. But the salt and pepper are gonna stay up there. The honey is gonna come out one cabinet down. I do have a garbage bag. I don't have a donation box because I'm running low on boxes, but I will put whatever we're donating onto the kitchen counter, the peninsula counter. Let me bring you over and see if I can let you look without looking at every single pour that I have. I have little dishes. These were my parents. They're old Corel. How cute, right? I think all of those were my parents. A couple of bowls. You can see I'm kind of low on bowls, but in another cabinet, I have some bigger bowls that just won't fit up here. So we're keeping that. I have paper plates as well for guests. Can I just show you these cute little coffee cups? And they have pictures of wildlife. I think I made them from Snapfish. Here is another one because I'm happy, and there is a little deer. It's kind of hard to see her, but she's got a mouthful, and then this little bird flew over her. My mother-in-law took this photo, and it's just the sweetest. Good morning, hot stuff. Says my husband wishes to hear it like that from me all the time. And there is an axis buck. And then we have a Rise and Shine with a pretty cactus flower. My mother-in-law is a wonderful photographer. These are some old coffee mugs. They're like restaurant wear that's really popular right now. These are Anchor Hawking, and they're nostalgic, like going to a cafe. I'm gonna keep, it is for steeping tea, for my tea drinkers. I've got some sugar and stevia and sweet and low in here. I've got a coffee pot. I can't reach it. I'm gonna fix it. This is not ours. I don't know whose it is, but it's gonna get donated. I'm going to donate this as well. It's for Keurig coffee pots. What happened to my little stick? Yeah, not 15 seconds ago, I had a little helper that was helping me like get this out of here. Oh, it's up there, I just couldn't see it. Short-term memory sucks. Sucks. This is the sweetest little creamer jug, and I'm gonna bring it down where it can be reached. Toaster's up there. When I can get it down, I'll get it moved down to the shelf where it is reachable, because it is not right now. This is sketchy. Got it. All right. That cabinet is done, and I've taken 2 items out. My husband and I got a tool on cutting glass, and you had to sand them and everything, and thought, oh, this is going to be so cute. These are going to be cute. Okay. They're getting donated. I do love these Mexico glasses. They're really pretty. This was given to him to hold a cigar. He does not smoke anymore. We have a neighbor who does, so I'm going to see if they want it. We're going to get rid of these plastic cups. These are some serving dishes. I'm going to hang on to them for a hot minute till I can get into the peninsula and see what kind of serving dishes we have there. It's the only stemless glass that I have. We'll donate that one. I bought these little tops that go on ball jars, and I did use them, but why? Why? We have regular glasses and straws, and we don't need these. They're kind of a novelty. So I'll keep the ball jars for canning, but I will donate the tops. I don't know if this was my parents or if I got it at a thrift store maybe from 2003. It's 22 years old. I'm gonna donate it. The only picture, some more wine glasses. I'm gonna say we can probably let those wine glasses go because we have this set from Mexico here, and we have 8 of those. So I'm going to try to get those down, and we'll donate those too. And they are dirty just sitting up there. How did that happen? I'm gonna run some water in the sink and get them soaking. While the sink is filling, I just pulled 2 of these down, and they're really big. And I thought, oh wow, those are really nice. We need to keep those. No, we don't. I have 8. This house only sleeps 5. But other people come over, but we have the big house, and we have other glasses. When's the last time I got used? They're dirty. They haven't been used. They're going. So I crawled up here to take everything off of that top shelf and bring it down. Nothing broke, especially me. That was this making noise. Ooh, I found some of my recipes that now that we've moved up here, have them. So I'm gonna trash those. What I did up here was move everything from the top shelf down, and I realize now you cannot see, nor can you reach the foil that's back there. I'm crawling up, yes. Because this is bakeware, I'm gonna put it in the cabinet above the microwave. There was plenty of space up there, so that makes sense. I'm gonna have you take a look at that now. Top shelf is empty, second shelf almost, not quite. I'll show you at the end. That's our donation so far. I've decluttered this previously, so I am not expecting a huge declutter, if anything. Trash. I think I can get rid of this spatula. And this is the only set of tongs, but I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of them because they're kind of gross on the handle. It's kind of sticky, and they have seen better days. Going down, down, down. Hello, can you go? Does anybody else think of songs or things like that? Was that a cheer? I was not a cheerleader, but was that a cheer? That's kind of, I don't know, that's funny. Stainless steel pan and a crock pot are the only 2 things on this bottom shelf. So those will stay. I'm looking because I have 3 pans, a cast iron skillet, and a Dutch oven pan, and this vegetable steamer. But I have this, which is kind of a universal pan cover. Okay, that one goes to that. I don't know what this goes to, but I will wash it and then donate it. Let's come over to under the sink. We have some rags, cleaners, duster. We have pots in case somebody brings their puppies and they need bowls for water or for food. Otherwise, we're in pretty good shape down here, I think. Oh, there's another pan. I'm gonna probably move this one to maybe garden. Y'all, I also have this, which is to go under the sink, and I've never done it. So after I declutter, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it out so I remind myself to do that. First aid kit, Swiffer duster, so I'm gonna move that to the cleaning side. I don't know that anybody would look for a first aid kit here versus the bathroom, so I'm gonna move them to the bathroom. We have the Peninsula left to go. Then we'll check under the beds and then we will be done. Well, other than washing the wine glasses and putting down the cover, then we'll be done. We have a wood cutting board. We are not doing plastic cutting boards anymore. And this one is gross. I think I'm gonna trash it. It's been burnt. I'm not donating it, and it smells like old plastic. You know, too, it could be this Tupperware lid. I don't know if it's that or if it's that. Broiler with the tray. Oh, it stinks in there. And then we have this sweet, ooh. Who smells their stuff before they declutter? This, I think, is like melamine. But it's got all kinds of stains on it, and it's not so pretty anymore. So I'm gonna see if I can clean it up and then we'll donate it. This is a nice deep pan, great for roasting. It's deeper than the other one, I'll keep it. And then we have a couple of platters over here that we'll keep. This is a little crock pot, more for like queso. That'll work. This is a little coffee pot. I'm gonna put up with the other coffee pot. This is more to use also on like the fireplace if we lost electricity, for camping. So we'll put it up with like things with like things. An ice bucket, which we would take outside if we were having a little party. I think this needs to go up top with the glasses. So we're gonna move it up there. There's a whole lot of rearranging going on up in here. An empty jar. So I'm not one that just throws these things away. If we have guests who come and they want something to transport liquids and they don't want to use a plastic Ziploc bag, then this will work. So I'm gonna keep it because I have had people ask me, do you have an empty jar? So we'll keep this one. I have a set of 4 of these and with lids, so they're great for storing in refrigerator items. And then we have a little glass mixing bowl. These are a pie plate. What's going through my mind is a pie plate, casserole plate, or baking items. So but I still want them to be accessible. So I don't think I want to put them above the microwave because it might be too hard to reach. I'm gonna check because that bundt pan might sit inside the pie plate. And if it does, then I think that's a better place for it. And I have these storage little containers, a couple of these size, and a brownie plate. So I may relocate this with the pie plate above. But I think all of these make sense to keep. Again, if people need something to take stuff home, I'm okay if they take these items. Or if they need to store something in the refrigerator while they're here, these are accessible for them. And the 2 items I said, let me see what we have for serving dishes that were up above. I'm gonna bring down here with these other pretty glass bowls. So I put like things with like, these are Fiesta bowls that are really an ugly brown. But you saw I only have 2 other small bowls up there, but I could buy some paper bowls, and I can also look for other Corelle bowls that are lightweight and bring over here instead of keeping these. But these make really good chili bowls or big dip bowls or serving bowls too, even though they're ugly. Based on that, I'm gonna hang on to them a little longer, but I'm gonna keep them down here. These are Pampered Chef stainless steel pans. If you do not have these bowls, they are fantastic. Run and get you some. They actually have 3 but I have, I think, the third one over at the main house. But we are going to keep these here. I have a pitcher for like iced tea. So I'm going to put this up with the glasses. It makes more sense up there than it does down here. Then I've got some additional baking items. This one's a loaf size. This one's just square. This is a casserole dish. My sister-in-law gave me this beautiful thing that recently our guests who were here put a beautiful salad in there. So we are gonna keep this for sure over here. This is a strainer. I think it's fine. It can stay down here. And the crock pot, we will leave down here. And guess what? It's empty, so we don't have to do that cabinet because I already emptied it and merged stuff into here. We have 4 drawers left, and then we'll be done. This is way longer. I thought, oh, honestly, I should be doing the Pomodoro method. And you know what? I can see on my timer here that it's already 21 minutes, and I know I've gone longer than that. So I am going to pause and use my microwave timer to set a 10-minute break. That didn't work. I'll figure out how to set it and be right back. The Pomodoro method, for those that don't know, is working 20-25 minutes at a time and then taking a 5 to 10 minute break instead of being so hyper busy that you don't take breaks and take care of yourself. That's what I just did. We are going to put the microwave timer on for another 25 minutes and we are going to continue on. I've unloaded underneath the sink, including all the cleansers and stuff. Now I need to clean under here and put this down, but I've asked my husband to bring me some scissors because I don't want to walk over there and get some. Let's see if he does it. Hey, baby. Thank you.
Yes, dear.
Can you take these two over to the house?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't know if y'all could hear him, but he said yes, dear, a lot. He's a good man and a good hubby. Says it's full. This one doesn't have a date. So I'm assuming it's still good, unless I hear differently. Or I go down a Google rabbit hole searching. I have a YouTube friend. Her channel's called ForCleaningOutLoud, and I love the name of the channel. And she is just the sweetest. She makes me laugh. I watch her every single time. If you haven't checked her out, you might want to go check her out. I am not as good of a cleaner as she can, but I'm gonna try. Ugh. Like those people that clean all the time, how do y'all do it without making gross noises? Because when you are wiping icky stuff up, I would just want to say, bleh. It's gross. Might as well do the sidewalls. I'm not going to be down here for another 7 years. God willing. It's hard on the neck. You don't realize how much you use your neck in every activities until it's bothering you all the time. Okay, I hope I did her proud. You know what my next question is? What did I do with those scissors that he brought me? I just had them. That is almost perfect, but not quite. Please fit, please fit, please fit, please fit, please fit. Yes. Who knows how long I have had this liner? Who knows? I don't know, because I don't remember. Check one more thing off the list. This is empty other than some koozies and a chip clip. These are meant to hold spices, and when we were here a lot, we used them a lot. We're gonna call that one good. This next one, and again, I previously decluttered, but we're gonna revisit it again. Can opener, garlic press, hand grip for can opening. I think this is for olive oil. That's what that looks like. I'm going to donate that. It's in a drawer. We're not using it. It's gone. A chip clip we'll hang on to. A little funnel. A little wine bottle for wine, so we'll keep that here. Wine opener. We have a lot of wine bottle plugs, so I'm going to go ahead and donate these since we have two nicer ones. Lime and lemon press. A sharpener. Another sharpener, but it's a different kind. A vegetable scoop. So we are going to keep all of this. We'll keep this. We'll keep this. I'm going to put this fork in the other spatula drawer. I think people would look for it there. There's some steak knives in here that I think should go in the utensil drawer. That's kind of a ugly knife. So we have little paring knives, a potato peeler. These two are very much the same. We would use it probably for bread. I'm going to donate this one. My husband doesn't use a lot of serrated knives. Excellent brisket knife. Wusthof. And this is their cleaver knife. We will keep those. Do a quick little wipe down because I'm trying to go fast. These are Pampered Chef knives. They stay. They're excellent. Okay, that one's good. We took out 6 items from there. Look at us go. This is our silverware drawer. So measuring spoons and teaspoons and cups, those stay. We have 4 steak knives here that stay. We have all this silverware that was actually a hand-me-down. Only thing that we have kind of extra are all of these. I'm going to ask my husband if he is married to them or if he wants them in the camping equipment or in the camper or to offer it to my sister and her husband for their camper. I don't know what this is for. It's to clean something. I remember that. And into the grooves of something, but if I haven't used it all this time, I'm not going to use it. This is to open bottles, so we'll put it over with the wine stuff too. So I'm wondering, maybe should anything here go over here? Maybe the lime and lemon peel, or not peel, but squeezers. And I think everything else will keep over here. This one is barbecue tongs, a better knife sharpener. That's all my husband's barbecue stuff. I don't know what this is, so I think it's safe to let that go. There's some hot pads and hand hot pads. Another grater, which this one is just a little bit limited. So, I mean, I have the space, so I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this one. And then we have a hand mixer here with the little container it comes in. And then the rest of this are kitchen towels. And I think we're okay with those. We tend to cook a lot even here in the tiny house, and we can go through a lot of towels. So I'm okay with those. Finally, in the kitchen, this is where we have a lot of storage gallon bags. Ooh, I'm out of these at the big house, the 2 gallons, so I'm going to take them over there. And we have some plastic forks, extra napkins, some extra foil, all of that. All of that can stay here. I don't feel the need to declutter this. I think it's fine. So that took about 10 minutes for 5 drawers. I've got to ask my husband about this. But let me give you an overview of what we are decluttering, what's being relocated to the other house. Then I'll give you a tour of where I'm relocated items, just so you can see the finished product of the kitchen. Then we're going to look under the beds. There was one thing I did not show you when I was up above the sink, and that is this little pretty guy. I want to say that I got it from El Salvador maybe, or my mother-in-law got it. And it is very sweet, but honestly, I have no place to put it. And my philosophy is if I have to dust it, I don't need it. it's got to be a sentimental, or I've got to love it. So I'm going to donate this to our Meals on Wheels thrift shop, and I'm sure that they will get someone who adores it. Ouch! Ah. Oh, sticker on my foot. We are done in the kitchen, but let's take a look at what we are getting rid of here. And then I will also show you what the cabinets look like. So here are all the items. Those wine glasses need to dry just a little bit more, but they're good to go. Those were in the cabinet over there. These are all the items. This was in the cabinet as well. This is going to get relocated. Those are going to get relocated. And then I have trash down below. Not too bad for decluttering. I'm waiting for an answer on these if we are relocating these somewhere. But let's take a look at cabinets now. So let's start back up here. I've moved casserole and baking dishes there and the pie plate. I have not done anything here. And on this cabinet, I did move quite a bit around. There's nothing up top now. The gallon pitcher is there, the ice bucket. We've removed a lot of items, and then we've removed some items down here, and that looks so much better. Down below, we got rid of a lid. I did end up moving that big black baking dish down here. It just made more sense to be here than where it was in that corner cabinet. So in this corner cabinet now, that top shelf is empty. I moved the platters down below here with the other serving dishes. So that made sense. And then those baking dishes that were down here are what are now above the microwave that I just showed you. We cleaned. We put the liner down here, cleaned that out, got rid of a stainless steel bowl. And then down here, just a reminder, that one's empty. Here, we just moved some things around and we'll get rid of those silverware. Here, I don't think we cleared anything from here. I think we were in good shape. And then down here, similarly, I think I just took out one thing to relocate. So that's in good shape. Over here, it's not as crowded. We took out a few knives. This was empty. And I got rid of a cutting board and a melamine tray. So I may get another smaller cutting board for down here. Is that it for the kitchen? I think so, for the kitchen and that cabinet. Let's look under beds. It gives me the heebie-jeebies just a little bit to look under beds, but it'll be okay. There's nothing under that one. Yes. I think there might be under this other one, so let's take a look. This is another blanket. Why do we have blankets still on? 2 blankets I'm gonna go wash at the big house. And we're gonna look at the dresser again because I think I have too many blankets over here, but let's check. That looks like somebody's prescription bottle down there. So I'm gonna have to get something to try to get that out. Our 25-minute timer went off. We're gonna take 30 more seconds just to look at this box. I know it's in it and I'm okay with it staying underneath the bed. These containers, by the way, have wheels. They come from Walmart. They're excellent for storage under the bed. And what I have here are 2 blankets that were gifts and are excellent snuggle blankets. So they're gonna stay here. Before I roll it back under though, we are gonna take a look at the other blankets, but I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. I'm glistening from working. These are the 2 blankets that were on the bed. They are queen size. They're going to be washed, and then they will be stored in the dresser over here. I could store them in the underbed storage as well, which, by the way, that prescription was an old pet prescription that I found under the bed, so that's going in the trash. The green blanket in the dresser over here is for the twin rollaway bed, so that will be staying. I did see we have way too many, what are these called? Pillowcases. I think that's my clue that I'm getting close to the end. That we will declutter. And then this was a little blanket that was given to me by an emergency clinic, which I thought was really sweet of them. And I think they were fairly new. I don't know that they do that all the time, but it was after my dad had passed and I had a really severe asthma attack, I'm sure from the stress and the dust and all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to, because it's a lightweight blanket, I'm going to hang on to it. I do have little kids in here that probably would love to snuggle with a little blanket. So I have plenty of room in the under bed storage with those other 2 throw blankets. So I'm going to move that down there. And one other item. I do have this Mainstays candle. I'm to the point where, y'all, if you've watched me before, I'm trying to get rid of plastics that we have in our kitchen. But now in an upcoming video, I think I'm going to look at all my candles, and if they aren't soy or beeswax or something cleaner, if they're not cleaner fragrance wise, then I'm probably going to let them go. We're going to look at the nightstands and then we're done. No more, no, we're going to look at the bathroom too. We're going to be done with this tiny house. I'm doing it all in one swipe. Empty, empty. Last room we are going to declutter is this tiny bathroom. And we're going to start with this container over the commode. This sounds like it's empty and probably way old. This sunscreen has April 2021 trash. I have relocated the first aid kit from the kitchen sink to here for easy access. We have doTERRA Deep Blue, March of 2020. That's gonna go. Little bleach bottle. A simple green, we're good. I have baking soda that can be used to clean the commode with vinegar. I don't think this has an expiration. Lysol's still good. These wipes, they're still wet. This is a stain down here, and it looks like I need to refill my all-purpose cleaner down here. I also have clean shower. I'm gonna take that out of here. I have some witch hazel, which I don't think that expires. Some aloe vera. This is Blue Lizard lotion, January 2022. Extra toothbrush. Off. I don't think Off has an expiration. Alcohol, and it's expired. I don't know if they really expire or not. Alcohol's cheap enough that I will replace it. And floss, that's from 2021. I didn't know floss expired either. Okay, that is it, my friends. Okay, friends, we did it. We decluttered the entire tiny house. Now, it was not in complete disarray, but it still needed to be gone through. And I have about 25 to 30 items in the trash. I relocated a lot of things that made more sense of putting like things with like, so that's where our organization comes in. We use the Pomodoro method by taking some breaks in there. I hope you did too if you were coming along with me. And finally, other than about 5 items on here that are going to be relocated to the big house, the rest of the items are going to be donated. It's getting dark outside, so I am not taking care of those tonight. I will take the blankets over and a few other things, but thank y'all. Thank you for staying to the end, and you need to stay a little bit longer because I think I've had a lot of bloopers and I like putting my bloopers at the end because hopefully it gives you a giggle. I know it gives me a giggle, and it shows you we're all human, and if we can't laugh at ourselves, then what is the world coming to? I hope this brightens your day just a little bit. My dad loved this tiny house. I loved him. I miss him. And one of the reasons I'm on this journey is organizing and decluttering through life and loss. And I thank you for joining me. I'm going to close like my father always closed his voicemail messages. Bye for now. Oops. So I showed you to the... Oh gosh, that's going to be a blooper. It might be a little bit of challenge with the fragrance. I can't stop. If they're not cleaner, fragrant, I can't say that word. Fragrance. It stinks. Oh, I was going to leave that open. Not that I want to smell it or anything, but oh my God, that stinks. Microwave timer to set a 10-minute break. That didn't work. Good morning, hot stuff. Let's try that again. Good morning, hot stuff. Have you counted how many times I have clanked noises? And why do glasses get so dirty?